Man, 2024 Olympics, it sucks. Yeah, I know, I'm right. I know everyone's right, and I know I'm right too. So we all know the news. The 2024 Olympics is shambles. And through this video that I'm showing you right on screen, it is basically a parody of the modern society. My content has drastically shifted in the last 4 months because I've taken a break from YouTube and have started to come into more philosophy into what I'm doing because I've gotten more smarter. And no, I'm not saying that I've gotten red pill. Shut up. I'm not doing that. The least amount of things I need is some red pill union person to start coming in and screaming, hey, want to take my online classes and get smart and get super rich? Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. The only thing you're trying to do getting red pilled is ignore people and have blatant yes men. Like, seriously, what kind of society you think is going on right now? Like, I don't even know because I don't care. No. One of the first things that the Olympics was criticized for in 2024 was this infamous article. Olympics opening ceremony sparks outrage with drag queens parodying the Last Supper. This was referring to the opening of the 2024 Olympics. Every Olympic ceremony has had some opening. The Tokyo Olympics had some things, but I'll say here, I've said to my friends at school that the 2020 Olympics for Tokyo were so bad because you all remember one of the composers from the anime Ghost in the Shell was revealed to picked on kids with Down syndrome when he was younger. That was a bad thing, and that is solidify a whole ton of stuff. Plus, there were so many other controversies with the Tokyo Olympics. It felt like a return to the apocalyptics thing. Which, if you remember the apocalyptics, that was a horrible time for the Olympics. And, well, 2020 needed to fix that. Too bad we didn't have 2020 Olympics, because COVID happened. And you all remember COVID-19, right? Oh boy. And yeah, look at this news article. I can feel like I'm getting indoctrinated into some weird cult. And I don't like this blue man staring at me. This weird blue man bootleg. And what are all these other people? You got a man with a golden vest. Looks like he's coming out of the 1930s. You got a woman with some electrifying disco light on her head, looking like it's New Year's Eve. And you got this man. Like I said, this Blue Man parody bootleg ripoff of the Blue Men group with this weird crown made of flowers, this weird golden beard that could probably fill an entire wheat field, and him sitting in a bowl looking like he's ready for Thanksgiving dinner, all while holding this long-ass microphone, and of course pairing the Last Supper, because why not? And you have all these other people. You got these people with, like, what, Indian robes or something? You got normal fucking New York people in this here. You got one person pointing up, This whole picture is a mess. And then who's this red hot pink hat rapper in the back? Feels like if Tupac came back from the dead. What is this image? This image speaks so many unexplained values. And of course, you got a typical drag queen in the back, which I think I'm seeing as the only drag queen. I think none of the other drag queens want to show up. Only this one, who looks mildly depressed as to what they're getting themselves into. Now, if you know anything about the Olympics are meant to be neutral. I feel like people forget about this, but Olympics are meant to bring the world together. We're supposed to show the diversity of each different country. Bring in people from all around the world. And I know people are all tired about this diversity thing because it translates into wokeness, which has destroyed parts like the gaming community. However, diversity is not entirely subjected to wokeness. Wokeness is only a part of people who indoctrinate in some weird version of diversity, meaning that everything needs to be plagued with diversity. It's the reason why modern Disney films fucking suck shit, and how games suck a whole fucking ton. Like, see the Last of Us remake? God, it was something. You saw some modern games, the modern first person shooters and third person games. God, those fucking suck. Of course, we have companies using AI, so what do I expect what's going on? God, so much has happened. I'm gonna make a few videos. I'm gonna have to make a few videos in my return. And then it's gonna be back to me taking a nice hiatus break, probably off at some kind of small beach, I don't know, somewhere, I don't know. But either way, I think my little OC at the start possibly explained it. The Olympics suck. And look at this image. This image is so beautiful. You got Uganda, Ethiopia, USA. You got three countries. Sure, two of them are from the same continent, but hey, it shows togetherness. It shows friendship. It shows what the world should be about. We should be brought together. We should leave no man behind. No man, no woman behind. We should all bring together. Except no, we deal with a socio-economic capitalism where greed is rewarded and being ethical is unrewarded and treated like fucking garbage that I put in the trash can when I'm done eating lunch. But seriously, the Olympics are meant to represent this. And what I showed earlier with that Last Supper parody basically shows the degradingness. And God, there's more to come out of that. And even before the Last Supper parody incident in the 2024 Olympics, we saw this article, how protests paved the path to the Paris Olympic Games. Protesters claiming some countries shouldn't join in, while others should definitely join in. This is wrong. The Olympics are meant to bring the countries together. We're not meant to divide them. But unfortunately, incoherent, stupid protesters who don't have a single functioning neuron or brain cell have ultimately led the Paris Olympics to start going down the path it did. And oh God, did it not go better. And before I even showed you information, Paris was suffering a bit of a homeless problem, sort of like California in America. And to fix the problem, Paris decides to completely shove out all homeless people and put them in temporary home spots. And it's just something. And as this video describes right here, this video that I'm showing right here, wait, hold on, what was the video? The video is from a YouTube channel called Moon. You should definitely check it out. And I think you should definitely check out this video because I'm using it as the basis of my points, basis of explanation, the basis to show you the information instead of just blindly pointing to the wall and just describing with no fucking information like I'm some brain dead person running in 2010. Because I'm sorry, I don't run in like 210 FPS or something. But either way, France decided to shove out all the homeless people, which, as this video describes, it's a perfect mirror of how the internet and social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter showcase the perfect sides of countries while ignoring the obvious issues, which I feel like is massive disrespect because we need to focus on all sides, even the bad sides, to show that things need to change. We can't just focus on the good sides and think that life is like that. No, we need to look at the bad sides. We can't just ignore them. Because I don't think people know this, but sweeping problems under the rug doesn't just automatically fix them. It just leads them to fester and mutate like some uncurable version of cancer or disease that's still ongoing. Gee, now where have I heard that before? Haven't I? Now, this image, well, it's technically during this video, I transitioned to a part where it was fading, but yeah, France seeks to deliver the least expensive Olympics on record, and I paused at a very good moment to show what was being done about that. Yeah, you can see in the background. I don't have to point out the fucking obvious. You can see it blatantly. Cardboard box beds. For those who don't know, this is what my bed looks like. I know, you can see the drawings under there, but ignore that. That's not important. That's not the focus of the video, because if it was, I would have basically clickbaited, and that's a big no-no. So, yeah, look at my bed right there. Look at the beds they were given. Jeez. And you think that... And some old people think that us Gen Z folks want $1 million mansions and more porn stars that have more plastic than Barbie dolls. Jesus. When will old people learn? Not all young people want expensive things. Young people, like myself, just want at least affordable house and not fucking expensive mansion. Because if you know from Kim Kardashian, you know that expensive mansions leave you basically deprived of any emotions and leave you empty. Same with Kanye West. No wonder he went the way he did. But enough of me ranting about my own takes because I know I'm gonna get someone trying to cancel me for that fucking bullshit, which is kind of stupid. We need to stop canceling. But seriously, sometimes some of the things I say you don't have to agree, unless you do, which then makes it true, which then leads to 4chaners probably trying to come to my comment section. And if that's the case, then I recommend you seek mental health or go touch fucking grass because it's the least of my expenses to tell you that, yeah, this image perfectly explains how things have gotten so bad. Yeah, seek to deliver least expensive. Well, people trying to live the least expensive life end up with the cardboard bed and ice cube soup diet. Yeah, tell me how that goes, and I'm pretty sure you'll get one person from the Finlands getting you that question. Oof, and this is another bad part. Serving raw meat and struggling with food shortages as well as no air conditioning. I feel like we take air conditioners for granted when we don't realize how much it drastically improves our home. We're able to either get heat or cold. If we didn't have air conditioners, we all be dying. So that perfectly sums it up. And we basically suffer some heat sweat disease. Some illness that sounds like it belongs to, Tangerian bone grindings or Jamaican vomiting sickness. But no, terms like that can officially exist. But if that doesn't work, then I don't know what does, because science proves that the world can have magical stuff that it seems like God is pulling the strings. And if God isn't pulling the strings, and he's just leaving everyone be, then God, we've screwed up this world so bad. Another part that hit too bad. A part of France that was made for the Olympians to rest before the games had a string of thefts. Some thieves actively breaking like personal property and committing thefts such as stealing Olympians' wallets, basically running off with their IDs and credit cards. That is a massive security violation if I've seen one yet. And these thieves just take it and they just leave. They do not want to explain further. In fact, that explains all thieves. They just steal. They never bother to explain what they want to do with the stuff they stole, and they just go forward like nothing happened. Also, look at that. Published on July 29th, 2024. God, it's been half a month since these events went down, and I'm still boggled by mind. Let alone the fact that July happened to be one of the worst months of this year because, oh God, so much happened. And trust me, I'll get to talking about that in another video. In my return, I'm talking about that in another video, which you should stay tuned because I'll actively make sure to notify that a new video is coming soon. I'm not gonna magically surprise drop you like this is some jump scare out of an old indie horror game. So trust me, we'll talk about that. Just give me time. Just give me the patience to get things prepared. And we'll see where that goes. Unless my conversations make me some radical communist. Which if that's the case, then fine by me. Welcome to a world of insane capitalism and growing intense communism in a strange new world. Where I apparently rule supreme leader of the internet, apparently. Like that's gonna happen. It's a pathetic joke if you think that's gonna happen. Now, I skipped a large bit of the video because some of the stuff is stuff that you already probably know if you actively search the 2024 Olympics and already know a surface level of the dangers. However, I'm skipping forward to discuss the next part. How one Olympian swimmer got infected by the nasty water of France and thus had to probably be sent to the hospital. Otherwise, they would have died of some disease. And this reflects the pollution of the world. We're just like Nick Champ. YouTuber Nick Champ describes in his video about how our election votes don't matter, why capitalism is bad and why Gen Z hates it. YouTuber Nick Champ perfectly describes it. modern companies, industries, and governments have allowed pollution to run fucking rampant, leading to our society having less land, the water being more infested, our health getting worse and worse, and we're unable to get any further and reach as much power and you know unified people that we had back in the older generations. And it sucks. It sucks a lot. And I feel bad for the Olympic swimmer who went into this water. I feel bad for them because they were given no warning, if barely any warning, that the water was polluted to such a fucking insane degree, almost as if this water has toxic radiation in it. Thank God it wasn't, but it was heavily diseased, so I don't know. However, in all this ranting, we did get something interesting out of it. We got a surfing part of the Olympics. Because during the 2024 Olympics, we got a surfing section for all the surfers. And it took place in French colony island of Tahiti, which is funny because it took place 10,000 miles away from Paris. Which, hey, shoutouts to this country because they got to have their little island exposed to the world. I can definitely see that some people have probably appreciated the beauty, which I can definitely say true beauty only comes in untouched places. Places that are kept safe and natural, and even if people did come in, they tried to keep it the best they can, which I think is neat. It's kind of nice. However, during the surfing part of the Olympics, we got this legendary image. Look at this. You can't tell me that this is power. This is Gabriel. I gotta skip over the last name, but just call him Gabriel. This man scored an almost perfect 10 out of 10. Damn. Look at that power. You look at that pose. You can't tell me that he achieved an almost perfect record for this. If that were me, I would have given him a 10 out of that. That is the most power standing pose you could have seen yet. And the photographer who took it on the internet got like 200,000 followers after he took the photo. Because that photographer was relatively unknown until he took this legendary, infamous picture, and then he all of a sudden had his account like skyrocket to the fucking moon. Like, Jesus. Now, this image had me concerned. So I realized that this was just another sport of the Olympics. It's actually, like testing range. You know how like soldiers in the military do like training exercises with their guns? The Olympics had something sort of similar to this, but this man made me worried until I then realized that no, this wasn't some random criminal that somehow managed to snake into the Olympics and almost caused a firearm incident. No, there's a contestant in the Olympics, and he struck this legendary pose, which is also because circulating memes, and I can definitely see why. This pose is intimidating, as is ridiculous that this man just happens to be wearing the most ridiculous clothes while striking the most menacing mafia pose I haven't seen since The Sopranos. Like, damn. My spelling is broke. And as time has gone on, this man has become a meme. You see, this man also has a cat, and his cat has shown up in some memes, including this one. This one is an image. This one is mainly a drawing, and it's got that anime art style, and I can definitely see that this is pretty badass. You got this one editing the man into the Hitman, box art, which that looks badass as hell. Then you got the adorable pictures of his cat. Reminds me when I had a cat. Me, we. They got the other pictures in the background, and then there's this one of the Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. If you remember that scene where the two men are just holding their guns, yeah, this man's now part of the Pulp Fiction. He's now made the trio. Dude thinks he's part of it, and then you got all these other images. And you got the dude actually like holding a medal. Nice. However, once again, this man. Now, usually in Olympic target shooting practices, before the actual target shooting for the goals, yeah, you see that these men are supposed to have special headphones and glasses, but this man just showed up, one hand in his pocket with a gun directly pointing at the target, with this deadpan stare, and he got a silver medal. Good job for him. And he managed, yeah, this man right here, and he got a shit ton of fame out of it, which perfectly reflects and mirrors the popularity of the internet. How people can just all of a sudden get popular due to the internet immortalizing and idolizing certain specific moments. And that tells you a lot. And if anything has told me, is that doesn't mean that you can't go that bad when you're feeling like a powerful man. Damn. One powerful stance, one powerful shot. Takes more than a bullet to get through your, skull. Unfortunately, the disturbing side of idolizing moments in the internet has led to images like this. Yeah, you know how I was talking about that drag queen Last Supper parody? Well, that Blue Man ripoff I told you, yeah, he was naked. What the fuck? What the actual And now we get to one of the big ones. Amin Khalif, a Nigerian. Yes, we're going into this. And this has suffered the most amount of fucking backlash I've seen and so much fucking misinformation. It's generally just pissed me off how people have so many fucking double standards that they don't seem to recognize it until it's far too late to notice that the damages have already been done. Amin Khalif is a Nigerian woman who attended into the boxing part of the Olympics during 2024, which is, is this year. And guess who she was put up against? Another woman. Doesn't seem that strange, right? Two women boxing. It's about the same as two men boxing. If you play Punch Out Wii, it's essentially that. Two men boxing. Except they're not using illegal tactics, which is far more safe. This was the woman that Amin Khalif was put up against. Angeline Carini, in Italian. And both of these women represented their own respective countries, but Angeline was socked in the face so fucking hard that she sat crying for almost a minute. And she gave up on the spot. And she did not want to shake Amin's hand. And some people are saying that Amin Khalif was a transgender. She was a man who transitioned to become a woman. And thus, people began saying that Amin was a man who became a woman and was, it led to this whole transgender debate, which I find is really fucking dumb. It turns out Amin Khalif was always a woman. Because you see, Nigeria does not represent, nor does it value, nor recognize LGBTQ or trans people. In fact, Nigeria says that gay is illegal. So, yeah, that's something to definitely ruffle feathers. And it kind of demonstrates how, it kind of reflects how the internet has such a low fucking attention span that people immediately gravitate onto misinformation, which also reflects the internet and how misinformation has spread so fucking much that people take misinformation as truth more than the actual facts and truth, which is really fucking dumb when you think about it. Here's the thing. Here's the one thing. Amin Khalif has not been in the Olympics this year. She's been in the Olympics before, but she was disqualified before due to her failed gender eligibility test, without the people recognizing that the country she comes from is a place that doesn't really check for gender eligibility sometimes. And plus, she was also somewhat banned due to testosterone levels. Oh yeah, I've been saying Nigerian. Yeah, I'm fucking stupid. It's Algerian. Yeah, that's the problem when you're trying to research like me and you come across names that share similarities with each other and you get fucking confused and then you're really screwed up and then you realize you made such a massive fucking mistake that you need to correct it so fast before people start spamming in the comments telling you, oh, you're such a fucking stupid, I'm 10,000 times smarter. Dude, shut the fuck up. You You smell like an outhouse. You probably spend your days on Discord yelling racial slurs. And you also have nerdy ass glasses and live as a Discord moderator. So shut the fuck up. Now, the Amin Khalif situation was so bad that famous people like Logan Paul, Elon Musk, and J.K. Rowling were coming in defend more or less not defending Amin, but sort of attacking Amin Khalif. When I tried, Amin Khalif was in the innocence all along, despite the testosterone levels. But yeah, for Logan Paul, this is another bad. And oh, don't worry, I'll get to talking about fucking Logan Paul one day. Because in my attempt of coming back to YouTube, my YouTube comeback will come into researching and recapping people on the internet and stories on the internet, see where they are now. And for Logan Paul, I'll fucking get to you one day. I will make a video talking about your past one day, Logan Paul. I won't fucking stop until I get that done. So, Logan Paul, you're off my hook now. But don't you worry, because I'll be making sure to make a video on you and recapping your time on the internet. Because, oh boy, last thing people need is to hear Logan Paul's most recent shamble. But just you wait. As for Elon Musk is Elon. He just does whatever the fuck he does. I don't know. And for J.K. Rowling, that's really upsetting because J.K. Rowling is the person that made that popular wizard book series. I don't know. I kind of forgot the name. What was it? Harry Potter? Lord of the Rings? Gee, I can't remember. And J.K. Rowling probably should have just been verbally assaulted at that point and thrown down the ditch because, dear God, y'all people really need to start researching your facts before you come onto the internet and give. But this is the purest form of evil unfolding. Says this man who recorded a dead body in a Japanese forest, for crying out loud. Like, Jesus. Y'all people really have double standards, don't you? Oh boy. And then Donald Trump came in saying, I will keep men out of women's sports. Because I know I'm right. I'm trying to do my Donald Trump impression, but it's honestly very, very difficult. And also, Donald Trump, change your fucking profile image. It looks like a mess. It looks like you're trying to become the US flag, but you look like a half-baked racist flag instead. God, just Donald Trump, just change your profile icon to just be your actual face. Don't come in with this US flag bullshit. But you might be saying, oh, it can't be that bad, can it? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, for those who need reference, this is Steven Van de Velde. He's a convicted child rapist. Yeah, for those who don't remember, he was a volleyball player, but during one point in his career back in 2019, he groomed a 12-year-old girl online and went to the UK and, let's just say, diddled a child for all we care. Yeah, this is extremely fucked up, and this is very scary. And the fact that he was given better living conditions than the actual athletes who were suffering with cardboard boxes made people wonder if this dude's country that he was representing were defending a child rapist, to which they said, yes. Our world is fucked up if we're allowing people like this to exist. So the story goes like this. Steven Van de Velde met a 12-year-old girl online in 2014. He flew from the Netherlands to the United Kingdom. And as I said, let's just say he diddled a child. This was extremely concerning and he was banned. However, for some reason, during the beginning phases of electing people to participate in the 2024 Olympics, he somehow managed to get into the participants. and Steven Vandeville found himself getting back into the ringer of the Olympics as a volleyball player. A lot of people found this controversial, especially those that remember the story when it first broke out back in 2014. It was an extremely disturbing thing to let a convicted child rapist and basically pedophile into one of the world's largest sporting events. And the Netherlands stating that yes, they defended a child rapist and gave him better conditions should basically explain how they function at that point. So yeah, I don't know. Now here's the thing. Steven Vandeville at 21, he was jailed for 4 years. However, even though he admitted to 3 counts of rape and sexual abuse against a child after traveling from Amsterdam in August 2014 to Britain, even though he was jailed for 4 years, yeah, he came back. And it's extremely disturbing to see this man. Now, after Steven Vandeville, what better way to continue tragedy than with more tragedy? Israel and Palestine both joined into the Olympics, and even though Rule 50 states that no religious intent is meant to be shown, it seems that Rule 50 was ignored. This is due to the recent cases of Hamas and of Palestine and Israel, as Hamas is continuing their war in the Gaza Strip and Palestine. So, yeah, if you don't remember, earlier this year, Hamas was leading some danger, and Palestine and the Gaza Strip were both getting, like, fucking blown to pieces. But this wasn't new, because Hamas has been attacking Palestine and the Gaza Strip for years at this point, so it is not too new. However, I feel like this is one of the next few times that Hamas, mainly Israel and Palestine, really got fucking heated between each other. And it was like really fucking messed up when you think about it. Many people were murdered and innocent people were brutally slaughtered during these incidents of Hamas bombing. And it was just bad. And Palestine and the other countries like the US are not safe either. They're also guilty of some of the shit they've done. It's just a big mess, and I feel like it's way too much. I feel like I need to leave this subject of Hamas's history to someone else, someone who's far more willing to do research and talk about the history, because I don't think I can do a very good job talking about this, because it's such a long, complicated story that it could fit the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy if you wanted to in length. It's long, and it's brutal. Now, whenever Israeli and Palestinian have joined in the Olympics, it has not gone well. Like this one, French lawmaker slammed for saying Israel athletes not welcomed in Paris Olympics. So yeah, good job trying to reduce tensions, dumbass. And thus, as stated, the 2024 Olympics is bad. Subscribe to YouTube channel Moon for this video because it's helpful to get a good understanding of almost every controversy in this event. And well, this is my return. Yeah, say hi to my new avatar. Look at my hands. They're so skinny. Look at them. They look like fucking flip-flops. Look at my red triangle. Look at my shoes. Yeah, look at that bend. I don't know. My face. It looks boring as hell. I know. My OC looks like it's fucking thin when you take a peek at it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you won't be able to grab it. Ha ha ha. But either way, enough of me, not talking about stuff. But honestly, I still feel bad for everyone who got damaged during the 2024 Olympics because it's a fucking mess and I don't think anyone appreciates it. But hey, last thing to consider is another war happening. But here then, you know what I'm saying. 2024 Olympics is bad. Roll applause. Thank you. I'll be here all night. I'll be here all day. What am I doing with my life?